Okay, sixth and final day of my wonderful dresser. Boom! I got some polyurethane and I'm waiting on some hardware to come in. So originally I was gonna put some hardware in different spots. They were gonna be about right here, but this wood filler that I put on this dresser, these drawers, they're too dark. So what I'm gonna do is just re-drill those holes and not even mess with it, because I don't want, they just stand out too much on the drawers. And the problem is, I went to Lowe's looking for 4.5 inch center to center drawer handles, drawer pulls. Can't find any. Lowe's has 0. Home Depot said they had 1, but I don't like the design of it. So I gotta order some off of online somewhere. I don't even know where else to get some drawer pulls on that. So I'm waiting for them to come in. But today I'm going to spray this bad boy with some polyurethane, a coat, maybe 2, and then I will get some hardware in and then put it up for sale. I have learned so much, and I'm so proud of how this looks. There's things I would have done different. There's things that I really, really liked. But for my first time ever doing this, I am extremely happy with it. Let me show you a little bit of the dresser, and then I'll get to spraying. A few things that I have learned in this process. Number one is whitewashing. A little goes a long ways. Less is more. Less is more. I started off one side. It was way too thick, and I had to wipe it off. It worked out. It ended up working out, but I had to wipe it off. I got kind of scared because it ended up being pretty white and not enough, watery. So that kind of scared me. But luckily I could wipe it off, very well. I had to get a wet rag and keep on wiping it off. And then I learned that just a little bit goes a long way, covering the whole process, and one at a time. I started off strong, and then when I got to the drawers, the end of the whitewashing, I got the hang of it. The drawers turned out pretty good. Another thing I learned is the sanding process. I didn't realize just how important sanding is. Sanding is so important, and your grit is so important. I was always wondering why 80 grit over 60? Why 180? What's the difference between 180 and 220? Surely it's not that much different. And it is. It really is. It turns out if your wood has different grain depth to it, it takes the paint different, or it looks different, it feels different. And so if you have an inconsistent tabletop or face of the wood on the sanding, it's going to turn out pretty bad. It's gonna look, you'll see it, especially when you put chemicals on it, or stain or paint, whatever it is, unless you're just painting the whole thing. Just as you can tell, like some of the drawers, like in some spots they are different colors, like right here, different colors. It's a different shade of white and stuff like that. I don't think it looks that bad, but I can definitely tell that it could have been better. Another thing is getting the right color wood filler. Obviously with the wood holes, or the holes here, had I had the different wood filler already, the hardware that I bought would have been perfectly fine, because I would have just drilled new holes and you wouldn't have could ever tell that there was an old hole there. So that's why I have to go back to the 4.5 center to center. These are 3 inch, which I had, but I want these to be smaller than these. But anyways, those are the 3 main things I looked at. Those details add up and really, really matter towards your end product. To me, it didn't seem like it was that big of a deal at first, but whenever you combine those 3, if you do those 3 things wrong, they add up and make a disastrous piece of wood or a piece of art. So I think I ended up pretty lucky on this, just using information that I got from YouTube and Facebook. I don't think I messed it up. I think I made it better, and I think it's going to sell really good. And I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece. It's a beautiful dresser. However, I think I could have made it even more beautiful had I known I already had that experience. But I'm learning. That's what I'm doing. I'm learning so much, and how important gear is, and how much you care about the piece of art. Because if you don't care, like just little details like that, like I said, they add up a lot towards the end, and you won't see it. You won't know how big of a deal it was until you're finished with the product, or you put that stain on, and you just realize, dang, I should have sanded a little bit more. I should have taken a little bit more care of the piece of art or this dresser, and it would have turned out more prettier. And I mean, who knows? You could charge a couple $100s more just because the extra care you took and the way it looks. So your value can go down if you don't take care of your dresser the right way. So those are things I've learned. Overall, I think this thing looks really good, and I'm extremely proud of what happened throughout the whole process. In total, I think I spent 8 hours on it. I got to spend about an hour a day on it, and probably an average of an hour a day on it. Some days it was like 30 minutes, some days it was like an hour and a half. The sanding day, I spent a long time on that. But other than that, it's just kind of waiting for things to dry and making decisions on what to do. So let's see what this thing is worth. It's not spraying like it should. It's not spraying all even. It's kind of giving me some worries. It's not working like I thought it would. It's not spraying like it should, I believe. It's coming out very splotchy. So it says it's self-leveling and to sand whenever I'm done. So I just went ahead and kept on spraying so I can sand it in a couple hours when it dries. But I'm really liking how that looks, though, that's for sure. So I guess that's just what I'll do, is just let it dry, then I'll come back and sand it.
Dada. Ew.
Alright, you're gonna have to get down, buddy.
Dada.
Okay. Well, it's been a couple of weeks actually, and lots of things have changed in in my household here. We have been waiting on these bad boys. The handles, the hardware. All right. This one is super unique because it has 3.5 inch, and I could not find them anywhere, as you saw recently in the previous part of the video. It's been a couple of weeks since that part, so need a little bit of help reminding me where I've been. I've been waiting for these pieces of hardware. They didn't have the proper ones in stock, so they had to get them and then ship them. So it took a few more weeks, and then we had another baby. As you saw previously, my wife was super pregnant, so that put everything else on hold too. So, but no problem, baby comes first, and mama. So anyways, back to where we start, or where we are. The polyurethane that I sprayed is just not good. I don't like it. It came out splotchy, it sprayed splotchy. Not a big fan of it. I'm gonna sand it a little bit, and then I'm gonna spray it again and kind of paint it on there or roll it on there. And hopefully that'll do the trick. It's supposed to be self-leveling, but it comes out in such big splots. It's just, I don't know if it's gonna work or not. So it says to sand it a little bit, so that's what I'm gonna do, is sand it, make sure it's smooth. I want to make sure it's perfect. Then we're gonna drill these holes right here and re-drill them, because I don't like the way they looked. The filler that I used did not match what the wood ended up being, and that's okay. That's okay. Easy fix. It just took a long time for these bad boys to get here. So they're black, they're squared off and everything, perfect rectangles. I think it's gonna look good. So let's get to work. Let's finish this thing up and sell it for $1 million. Just kidding. A couple hundred, hopefully. I just want to make a profit on it. I don't know if you can tell the difference on camera, but this side it's really smooth now, and this side still has those bubbles that's what I'm trying to sand off, and it's kind of rough feeling. This one's really smooth. So I can definitely tell the difference. I can see the difference and feel the difference. And I like it. So we're just gonna keep on sanding. I'm sanding with a 220 grit, just with my hand. Don't wanna go back down into the wood. I just wanna shave off a small layer of the poly that I sprayed on. So that's what we're just trying to get rid of. But it's looking good. I like it. I like it. I don't even think we need to add another layer. I'm just gonna spray it. I mean, I'm just going to sand it and drill the holes and put the hardware on. I think that'll be good. All right. That did something amazing right there. It got rid of the bumps. It's extremely smooth now. I think I'm gonna spray the top one more time and then sand it down again now that I know I can do it. I didn't know if it was gonna ruin it or not, but that's been the whole project, is me doing something and it could ruin it, the whole project. And it's always turned out really good. So, but now that I know it's safe, I'm gonna spray it one more time on the top and then sand it down later today. We'll put this thing up to sell tomorrow. But first, I'm going to drill the holes again, put it the hardware, and then I'll spray it with poly, sand it down, marketplace tomorrow, and call it good. Love it. Okay, got it. Here is our hardware. I had to get a bigger drill bit because the other one wasn't gonna fit these screws. So, but now it's gonna be good. It's gonna fit. I'm gonna put them all on, and I think this is gonna change the whole look of this dresser. All right, we're throwing in the towel. I am extremely proud of this. We are officially done. All the handles are on, drawers work, wheels roll. It's polished. It looks great. So we're gonna go stage this up, get a couple photos, post it, and see what we can sell this thing for. I have no idea what we can sell it for. Yeah, let's get this thing sold, rolled out, and find a new project to work on. This has been fun. Okay, as you can tell, some things have stayed the same and a lot has changed. We ended up not selling the dresser. As soon as I finished the project, my wife and many other people told me how beautiful it was and that we should keep it. And I agreed with them, but I wanted to prove a point. So I was determined to sell this thing. And I listed it on Facebook Marketplace for $550. That may be steep. I don't know, I really don't know. It may seem steep. We did have a lot of clicks on it. One person reached out, never ended up selling it, and I think it was on Marketplace for 2 weeks. I decided to take it off and keep it. One, because we just welcomed a new baby to our family, and two, we moved to a whole different city, and so we needed lots of storage for baby clothes and other items, etc. around the house. So this thing actually ended up being perfect. I think in total I spent $180 on it, on all the products. I had to buy them brand new and stuff. I didn't have anything laying around the house. and I got to borrow my dad's sander. That was the most expensive thing that came in handy. So, and that's including the paint, sanding block, the hardware, the wood putty, the wood filler that I ended up not even using, the rags, all that stuff. About $180, and a very, very old antique dresser. I was told that my wife's mom's grandma bought this at a garage sale in like the 1950s. So if it was already at a garage sale in the 1950s, it's pretty dang old. But it has been, so we decided to keep it in the family, and I'm extremely proud of it. So every time I look at it, I smile. It's a really cool project to take on. I got more projects coming. This has really kickstarted a cool little hobby for me. I really just enjoy it now. I already have the equipment, so I can go ahead and keep on moving. So stay tuned, subscribe if you want. As of this video, I got 8 subscribers. Love y'all. And enjoy the rest of the content from Adventure Ave. See ya.